my goodness, aren't these red bushes one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I decided to come out for the afternoon to the local Home Depot for their garden center, and I wanted to find some plants that would add a spark of brightness to a dark corner of my garden. So I didn't know what plant I wanted, but once I saw these, red Ixora is what they're called, I knew that I just wanted to have them. They had red ones and they had yellow ones. I didn't think the yellow ones were much to look at, but the red ones, super vibrant. So I decided to get 3 of them. I've never grown this plant before. I don't recall seeing it like just driving around town or whatnot. So for me, it's a brand new plant, and I'm excited to try it out in my garden. I did look at some of the other plants at Home Depot while I was there, especially the evergreens. They always tend to catch my attention. We have a juniper, a blue point juniper here. There's a palm tree behind, but I didn't spend too much time looking at other plants once I found these that I wanted. So the place that they're going to go in my garden is a place that I consider to be pretty dark. The fence is dark. It just visually needs some brightness. And so we're going to go home and plop those in the ground in my side garden bed and see if we can't brighten up that dark spot with just a little bit of light in the form of flowers. So I'm going to pop in a picture of the space where they're going. This is what it looked like at the beginning of the year. So this is probably maybe like January, February 2024, I think. I may be off on the dates, but I believe it was earlier this year. The fence is dark, which I love, but it's just dark. The mulch is dark, and there's not a lot of plants. And the plants that are there are they're still growing. They're still maturing. So they're just little babies right now. So there is the lemon coral sedum, that nice highlighter color, bright yellow ground cover on the right. But besides that, there's not much in the way of brightness. And so that's what I intend to change today. So let's just jump right into it. These Ixora like to have a lot of mulch and organic matter in the soil that they're in. And so they'll definitely get that here. You can see as I'm digging into the soil just how pliable it is, just how soft it is, and just breaks apart easily, which will make for a nice spot for roots to grow into. But this bed is full of a lot of compost and just mulch, repeated applications of mulch. I want to say I started this bed maybe a year ago, and I just covered the ground with cardboard, layered bags of compost on it, and I've been adding wood chips and mulch to it, and this is where we're at right now. So I did a garden tour of it earlier, and so I'll do an update once I get these in the ground, and you can see the other areas and what other plants I have going in there all together. So pulling out an old salvia that didn't make it. We had some really terrific storms that came maybe a month or 2 ago, or maybe a little longer, and they whipped those salvia branches around so bad, and they just broke off, and then the plant died. So anyway, this Ixora should definitely help out with that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these planted. I'll add a little bit of fertilizer here. It's Hollytone organic fertilizer. These plants like acidic soil, so Hollytone's for acidic plants. My soil's pretty alkaline, so I'm hoping that regular fertilizer will help keep things happy. But I'll get everything watered in, and then I'll show you the finished result, and I'll do a mini garden tour of what else I have growing on my side garden bed. All right, so I've got everything watered in real good, and this is the final result. Those red Ixora plants look so pretty in my opinion, and they're surrounding this Chinese snowball bush in the center, which I love that effect. It really adds some cheeriness to that corner. So again, that's the Chinese snowball bush in the center. It's grown pretty tall here over the past couple seasons. I want to say it's been in the yard maybe a year, but I could be off on that. Then behind it is a salvia. It is a Proven Winners Plain the Blue salvia, I believe is the name for it. And then coming over here on the right, I have the lemon coral sedum in the really bright yellow color. I've lost a lot of those. I think too much watering. And then here in the center, these are foxtail ferns, also known as asparagus ferns. And then over on the left here on the obelisk, I have a Claire Austin rose that blooms these buttery yellow white blooms. They last for about a day and then they fall off. But on the day when they're blooming, they are just wonderful. And then finally here on the left, I have some Shasta daisies. I've lost 2 of them, but I've hung on to 4 of them. So I'm glad about that. And in the center, they are surrounding this Little John bottle brush, which blooms the most beautiful red blooms in the spring. So that's the garden. The grass has gotten a lot better. I'm so glad you guys could see the update to this garden bed. You can see a prior video on what it looked like when I started. If you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. And thanks so much for watching. See you next time.